Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. As you know, I am Nikhil, and today I'll be explaining a topic from the subject Environmental Protection Management, whose subject code is 21CS753. So let's get started. So, unique characteristics of environmental problems. Environmental problems are complex. They require innovative solutions, and pollution control and preventions are the key to solve this. So, the complexity and interconnectedness of environmental issues. First one being climate change. Global warming impacts ecosystems. As we all know, the global warming is causing a lot of things because as we know, the weather keeps changing. Even when it is winter season, we experience rainy season feels like summer feels. So these type of things are happening. So this is the climate change we are talking about, and it affects the human health and the economies as well. Then we have the biodiversity loss. Extinction threatens ecosystems. It disrupts natural processes. Like most of the animals, which we could see back in the olden days, who were like very common, are now being extinct because of the ways the ecosystems are being lost in various ways. Then we have the pollution. Air and water pollution harm wildlife. It affects human health. We know that air and water pollution keeps on increasing day by day. As the number of vehicles on the road increase, the air pollution keeps on increasing, and the way people's negligence also increases, causes these things to happen. So we need to keep in mind about the fact that it's us who is going to live in this environment. So we need to safeguard this as well. So it also affects us our health as well. Then spatial and temporal scales of environmental impacts. The first one being local impact. Local pollution affects immediate areas. These issues are easier to manage. Like we all know the BPMP workers. These are like they whatever the pollution which happens in the our areas, BPMP tries to clear all those things. Those are the ways like immediate areas pollution how to clear. Then we have the regional impact. Then we have acid rain affects larger areas. These problems need regional cooperation. They they don't require a specific area. They require higher authorities to come into take actions. Then we have global impact, which is climate change affects the entire planet. International cooperation is critical. We have global impacts. So there are like global meetings going on for a as there is change in global warming, as the icebergs are getting melted. So all these things, the government also and the international governments need to take place, and they are already taking action for that. Then we have irreversibility and delayed consequences of environmental damage. The first one being pollution. Pollution can cause immediate harm. Long-term effects are often delayed by pollution. You cannot see immediate changes in your body. Like if you're like it's not like you have fever and you notice it immediately. The pollution will harm you in the long term. Like when you keep breathing bad air or because of the vehicles pollution, you don't notice it, but sometime when you get really ill, you'll notice that that when you're reached, that is what has happened. It's because of that pollution that you have got this. It's because of that. So that's one of the things. Then habitat loss. Habitat loss can lead to extinction. This has long-term consequences, which is habitat loss. Whereas animals that we see, they're losing the animals which live in their forest. Those forests don't exist anymore because as humans evolved, they occupied that space and they are using it, and that in leading to the animals losing their habitats, and thus leading to their extinction and the loss. Then we have the climate change. Climate change has gradual effects. The full consequences takes time to appear. Similar to that of like pollution say, for human health, climate change also has gradual effects. You don't notice the full consequence until it is far too late. So you need to keep in mind of those things. Then we have uncertainty and incomplete scientific understanding. The first one being complex systems. Environmental systems are complex. Predicting their behavior is difficult. We do, even though we see on the Google or in the weather apps that today it's going to rain and it might be raining, but it's not 100% sure. Like the next day, it might tell you that it will rain, but it's not 100% sure. And as you expect, it doesn't rain sometimes, right? It's too sunny. So, in similar ways, the environmental systems are very complex in that matter. Then we have the data gaps. Incomplete data limits our understanding. This makes predictions challenging. Then we have the long term effects. Long term effects are difficult to predict. This adds to uncertainty. Then we have conflicting stakeholder interests and values. Industry prioritizes profits. Environmental protection can be costly. As we know, everyone wants to earn a lot of money these days. So they don't take into a factor, they don't consider it a factor to maintain environmental protection. So hence the government has stepped in this matter, and hence the companies are trying to at least keep a bare minimum of their interest in the environmental protection. Then environmentalists. Environmentalists prioritize conservation. They advocate for stricter regulations. The environmentalists want more. They want to protect the environment. They want to protect the forest. They want to protect the nature. So they urge for stricter regulations to come in place. Then with the government balances interest. They create environmental regulations. Then we have regulatory challenges in environmental policy. The challenge being enforcement, stronger monitoring and penalties. These are the ways in which enforcement can be done. Then compliance, incentives for businesses. If the government provides incentives for the businesses, they too will comply with the uh, acceptance of managing environment strategies. Then we have adaptability, which for that the solution being flexible regulations. Then pollution control versus pollution prevention. Comparing approaches. The pollution control reduces pollution after it's created. So we need to come up with systems. If pollution is increasing, then even if we are trying to stop it. But what if the pollution increases? Then we need to make systems that after the pollution is done, we need to so reduce that. So those are the type of things. Then pollution prevention stops pollution before it happens. But we need to mainly focus on pollution prevention than pollution control, because it's something stopping it as it's being done is very easy than doing it after something, then cleaning something which is already after you made a mess. So it's always prevention better than cure kind of situation. Then the role of technology in pollution prevention. We have the sensors which monitor pollution levels in real time. Then we have filters which remove pollutants from air and water. Then we have robots which automate the cleanup process in ways. So implementing effective pollution prevention strategies. Education. Educate people about pollution. Promote environmental friendly for our practices. Then we have the regulations. Enact and enforce environmental laws. Hold polluters accountable. Technology. Invest in and use pollution prevention technologies and promote innovation. So that's it for this presentation. So thanks for watching.